It feels like every single day there's a new headline about artificial intelligence, right? It's transforming this industry, it's disrupting that one. But behind all the buzz, what's really going on inside these companies? Well, let's peel back the curtain and find out.
So let's get right to it. The big question is surprisingly simple, but the answer is incredibly complex. Why are businesses actually adopting AI? I mean, it can't just be about chasing the latest tech trend. There have to be some real, solid reasons. So, what are they?
And let's be clear, this is no small decision. Bringing AI into your operations, well, it costs a ton of money and comes with some serious risks. It's a huge leap of faith. So for companies to take that plunge, the motivation has to be pretty powerful. Let's really unpack what's driving them.
So how do you even begin to untangle all of this? Well, researchers have a toolkit for that. To analyze this kind of thing systematically, they use frameworks. The one we're looking at today is called the IPO model. That stands for Input, Process, Output. Just think of it as a roadmap for understanding this whole journey.
So here's how it breaks down. Input is all about the why. The reasons and motivations for even starting this journey. Process is the how. What does the actual implementation look like? And output, that's the what's next. What are the real consequences? For this explainer, we're going to focus entirely on that crucial first step, the input, the why. All right, so what did they find? Researchers sifted through 50, count them, 50 different peer-reviewed papers to get to the real reasons for AI implementation. Let's see what they dug up.
Across all of that research, they managed to identify 13 distinct reasons why organizations are jumping on the AI train.
Now, the breakdown of these motivations is where it gets really fascinating. The two most common reasons, cost and resource optimization and improving customer experience. It's a perfect tie. It suggests this fundamental tension, right? Are companies looking inward to save money and be more efficient, or are they looking outward to make their customers happier? Right now, it seems the answer is both, equally. And right behind those is improving their own decision-making. But the story doesn't stop there. When you dig a little deeper, other key drivers pop up, and we can group them into themes. You've got your expected operational gains, like boosting productivity. And you have strategic advantages, like getting better at data analysis. But what's really interesting here is the strong employee focus, using AI not just to replace people, but to facilitate their work, to improve the quality of what they do. That really points towards a strategy of augmentation, not just pure automation.
So, we've got a much clearer picture of the why, but this is where the plot really thickens, because understanding the motivation, that's just the first piece of a much, much larger puzzle. The research itself tells us just how much we still have to learn.
I mean, just look at this timeline. The researchers found literally 0 relevant articles published before 2017. Nothing. Then, boom, it explodes. From just 2 papers in 2017 to 32 in 2020. This tells us that our real academic understanding of AI implementation is brand new. We're not just watching this revolution unfold, we're just now beginning to properly study it.
And here's the kicker. We can't just apply our old knowledge here. AI isn't just another IT upgrade. It's a completely different kind of beast. Your traditional IT systems, they're built on fixed rules. You give them a command, they execute it. End of story. But AI systems, they're based on inferences. They actually learn and evolve over time, getting smarter with more data and feedback. They're lifelong learners, and that makes implementing them a whole new ballgame.
So where is all this new research even coming from? Well, it's pretty one-sided. Overwhelmingly, it's coming from business and economics journals. Of the 50 papers they looked at, a whopping 47 were from that world. Only 3 came from information systems. That reveals a major blind spot. We're getting the business case for the what and why, but we're missing the crucial how from a technical, systems-level perspective.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The authors of the study basically say the same thing. They saw that all the research was fragmented, that it was missing a common framework to tie it all together. And that's exactly why they used the IPO model, to start building a much-needed systematic way to understand this whole thing.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. We spent all this time focused on the input, the why behind AI adoption, but what we've really uncovered is that we are at the very, very beginning of this field of study. So it leaves us with a huge question. If we're only just now starting to get a real handle on the why, what crucial insights are we still missing about the how? And what about the real consequences that come after?